Hi guys, welcome to Create with Colleen. I'm Colleen Book, and I was supposed to do a live tonight, and for flip flop painting, and due to Facebook, there were technical difficulties. Apparently, my phone's Facebook needs to update. I no longer have the live video option. So instead, I decided I'm going to just do a regular video and I'll share it on online later. So that way you guys don't miss out on the painting because Lord knows when the update's going to happen. So tonight, I wanted to do the flip-flop painting I created. And if you let me know in the comments, I can send you the tracer. I drew this, and then I made a PDF format for this. This is on a regular piece of paper. My canvas is 12 by 12, so you could easily just trace it on there and just have a little more sand, a little more water. But if you did want it same size as this one here, I broke it up in two prints, and what you do is line up, it would be this way, you line up both papers, overlap them like that, and tape them together, and then with graphite paper or carbon paper, trace it onto your canvas. So there's that. So I often provide the tracers. It's just easier, it goes quicker instead of me trying to explain to you how to draw the whatever we're painting. And I use a plastic palette. I was using styrofoam plates, but that's a lot of waste. That's fine when you're in I don't know, whatever. But I got the plastic one. I like it. You clean it, you wash it up, and it's good to go each time. And excuse me, I got a bunch of got a paints. I'm gonna switch over to the table so you can see what I'm doing. I went shopping lately and got a whole bunch of fluorescent paint. So much fun. Oh, I love color. I think that's obvious. Look at that one. And I have some, this one is called Glitterific by Folk Art, and it's an acrylic paint full of glitter. I have the Basics Gold, that's nice for embellishments. And I never tried this before, but I even have Elmer's Glitter Glue. This one's silver, and this one is like black. It looks kind of blue, but anyway, can try that out to bling up our sandals. I have some paper towel here. I have an old container of water to wash my brushes in. I have a 1 inch flat brush, and I have a variety of brushes. In this one, you don't need a particular type of brush, just whatever works good for you. This is called a round pointed brush. Here's a flat square one, and these ones are round pointed and they're quite small, so they're good for detail. And I also have a black Sharpie pen, which I find is fun if you want to outline. It's a lot easier than doing it with paint. Have better control. And I have some black and I have some white and all kinds of different colors. So why don't we get started? So this here is going to be the water. This is all the sand area. So we'll do the background first, and I'll start with a bigger brush to do the background. And as I get closer to the flip-flops, then I'll switch to a smaller brush so I can go in closer. And don't freak out if you go over the lines, because acrylic paint is forgiving. once it dries, you can paint over it. It's all good. I use these types of student grade acrylic paints as opposed to these craft paints. They're acrylic paint also, but they're thinner, and I find that the coverage is not as good. And really, these are 5 something. I have 4 fluid ounces, and these big ones, I can't remember how much these are. Maybe $4 for 4 fluid ounces. But because this is thicker, you have more bang for your buck, and it has better coverage. And if you find that it's too thick, you just put a little bit of water on your brush and you're good to go. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a couple pair of gloves. I use, this is you don't like getting your hands dirty, which I don't. This is probably backwards. I got this at Costco. They're nitrile gloves. It's like the medical gloves, and they're thin. They're not thick. They're quite handy. Like if you dye your own hair, I don't know who would do that. and and they're thin and disposable. Although if I don't dirty them too much, I'll definitely wear these over again. I don't just wear the one time. There you go. So I have my gloves. Okay, so I'm going to start with the paint. I'm going for the sand. I want something brownish beige. So this here is a burnt sienna. So I don't really even have to call out the exact name of the paint, because if you find something that's named by another company by a different name, it's going to be fine. It's going to do the job as long as it's similar. And there's all kinds of different colors. Oh, this is a new white, so I need to take off there's all the different colors of beaches. So this, what I like about this, you use the colors that you have. You don't need a specific color theme. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some of the white, because I don't want the sand on mine too dark. So I'm going to scoop up some of the white. And when you're mixing your colors, it's better to start with the yellow, lighter color, and then just touch on your darker color, because the darker color can overpower your light color, in my case, the white, really quickly. So I'm just going to touch the corner. You can see there's just a little bit. And I made a good pile here because we have quite a bit of area to cover. So that wasn't quite enough. I'm going to take a little bit more. And it doesn't have to be perfectly mixed, and I suggest that you don't mix it perfectly, just enough to see the color pretty much everywhere. You see it's not all blended perfectly, because that just adds some dimension to your painting. So let's try this out. I'm going to see if I like the color. I think I do. Yeah. Yep, I like the color. So I'm going to use that. And I'm just going to go here and there around the painting where the sand would be. And I'm going in the same direction. And for this, I have the flip-flop with the flower on the bottom. If you hear some dinging, sorry about that. That's my, I have my tablet. Okay, turn that off. So I'm gonna maybe add a little bit more darker color. So, and if you find, like if you have the same kind of paint as I do, which is a little bit thicker, just touch your brush very lightly in the water, and then it helps it flow. You gotta keep keep load. And even if, like, I went over the flip-flop, it's no big deal. Same thing for where the water is. I think it's a good idea even to go a little bit over the edge there. I'm adding some more white and the burnt umber. I think it would be a good idea to have the sand darker near the water. Right now I have it lighter. Near the water's edge, it would be darker. Because when sand is wet, it's darker. Usually. So like you see, it's not too fussy. I'm just going back and forth, back and forth. And even if you don't go in exactly the horizontal brush strokes in the middle there, it doesn't matter. Okay, I'm going to take a bit more of that burnt umber because I want it darker. I want it darker near the water. And this is the first time I'm doing this. I just created this painting. I just drew this out this week. And I didn't practice paint. Usually I practice first. And I thought, you know what? This is something that we can learn to do together. There. And I like to do the sides of my canvas because it's fun if you don't want to, you don't want the added expense of a frame. So when you hang it on the wall like this, it looks nice. And you can like paint it the color. Like here you see I stopped here because the watercolor is going to be there. Same thing as in the top. So I'm just doing, it's like I'm continuing the paint over the side. And you can even, for just another effect, you can even put gold on the sides. You can put black, any other kind of complementary color. Maybe one of the colors that you used for the flip-flops. So I'm gently blending that somewhat. It's a little orangey, but well, the sand locally here in Capilé, New Brunswick, is it's quite brown. So, and in PEI, they're known for their reddish orangey kind of sand. Just going to touch a little bit with some water. And I know you're watching this on replay because it's not a live video, but if you want to, in the comments, say where you're from and say hi. I always check my comments afterwards on my posts. It's nice for you to, and it helps for the algorithm too with Facebook. Facebook will show it to more people, the more comments that it has. It's all about the algorithm. And you can see I'm painting over the edge of the flip-flop, but that's okay. Okay, so I went far enough as I can. I think what I'm gonna do the water right away. No, I'm gonna go around the. I'm gonna put that in the water because I'll use that when I'm painting the water. I'm taking a smaller brush now. I don't have to go too small. I have this one that's not bad. And when it's pointy, you have more control on the sides there. So I'm just mixing a bit more of that white and burnt sienna. And I can even go a little darker because around the sandals, the sand could be darker for shadow. It could be darker because when we put our feet in the sand, when we pressed down on the flip-flop, it made an indentation. So this is, my premise of this is we're a bunch of ladies, bunch of girls at the beach having fun, preferably at a very warm beach because today is freaking cold. ridiculous for June 10th. It's just freezing. We're going to have frost. Brought in my potted plants in the garage. Just ridiculous. And I'm just gently painting around the contours of the different things, reloading as I go around the flip-flops. Like I said, don't freak out if you don't do it perfectly. That's okay. The paint is forgiving. And this is just to have fun. So we're a bunch of ladies on a beautiful resort, luxury resort, thank you very much. I have a Bahama Mama drink in my hand, or a pina colada. What do you guys like to drink? If you drink. Don't forget, there's a little hole there on the strap that the sand should be going through, most of them. So I'm just going around each item, each flip-flop. Yeah, we're in our favorite luxury resort, being served hand and foot. Thank you very much. And like I said, I know the sand is darker around the sandals, and that's okay, because there can be shadow, there can be indentations in the sand. And we decided, hey, let's take a picture of our flip-flops together for a souvenir. I don't know which one's going to be mine. Which flip-flop do you like the best? And you just let your imagination go wild when we start decorating the flip-flops. I did post a little inspiration photo there on the wall on the Facebook page, just to give you some ideas. Sometimes you draw blank. It's like, I don't know what to paint. What kind of design? You can do them all plain, just plain colors, or you can just go wild. And if you don't really like the scent, you can go over it afterwards. So, and like I always say, the painting might not look great at the beginning, and that's okay, because it's not done yet. That's the thing. You gotta wait until and oftentimes it's just the finishing touches that really make it pop. So like I said, and don't hesitate to let your friends know this is a free painting lesson I'm giving. Just taking a drop of water, it's a little bit dry there. Okay, let's look back. Yeah, not all sand is going to be all the same color all over. I'm just going to grab a little bit more of the burnt sienna color. I should be using a bigger brush, I think, if I'm going to be adding some different details. You see, because I'm using a smaller brush, you're going to see the brush strokes when I'm going back and forth. That's okay. Just wanted to, it seemed a little bit too obvious with me going around the flip-flops, so I'm just adding a little more. And like I said, you can add more later on. It doesn't have to be all right now. And I'm going to go over, I used quite a bit of the white. And I'm going to go around the starfish. I love beachcombing. Do you guys love beachcombing? Oh, and I'm glad my husband from the front end likes it too. We have Beautiful. Long walks on the beach. Long walks on the beach and looking for sea glass and shells. And that guy, he has an eagle eye. I'm telling you, he can spot some sea glass so far away. I don't even, I have to be on top of it to see it. And it's shining in the, in the wall, in the sun. So I'm just going around this starfish here. Okay. I might want to put some darker. I think I might. I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm gonna do the water now. So I'm taking that same big flat square brush that I had for the sand when I started, and I just have it in my dirty water here, and then it does it like it, you don't have to clean it perfectly, just to get most of the squeeze the see, and it's that's stained blue, so you can see it's very clean, quite clean. Okay, so I'm gonna need some more white, and I want to put turquoise water. That's my favorite. If you know any of my other artwork that I do, you know I love turquoise, and I can use that in the flip-flop designs too. Okay, so I'm going to add the same as I did with the sand. I'm taking mostly white, and I'm just taking a touch of the turquoise. I'm not sure. Oh, that's nice. I'll go with that. Oh, that's pretty. Do the top, and I'm just going close to the edge, around like that. Not fancy schmancy, not fussy. You can go as detailed or not detailed as you want. This is your painting, and it's meant for you to have fun. Have fun and get the creative juices flowing. So once you've like outlined the water, I'm going to go lightly over this, just a little bit over the sand, because the water is translucent, obviously, usually, and you see some of the sand underneath it. So I'm going, there's hardly any paint on the edges of this brush now. It's almost like dry brushing, if you're aware of that that technique. Like I'm just winging it. Like I said, I didn't try this out before, so I'm just, per my other painting experiences, going with the flow. And you should do. Oh, I think I like it. Maybe a little. I just took a dab of the more of the turquoise, a bit darker, and I dabbed down so it wouldn't be overloaded. I'm just dabbing down. And I'm doing horizontal strokes across. Okay, and like the water's not done. I'm gonna, oh, there's some gunk in there. I'm gonna put some, I'll put some white as like some foam and stuff like that, just to make it more like water. And this is like, you're looking straight down, right? It's not, there's no really perspective that we need as if we're looking this way. So yeah, that's, I wonder if you guys can see okay. I hope so. Maybe I can lower this a little bit more. Okay, so this is what we have so far. I hope you can see. It's hard to tell on the screen. Okay. Oh, I love that. Oh, I didn't do this side. Did the top, didn't do the side. Just love turquoise. That's my favorite color. I don't know if you heard when on my attemptive live, I just heard in the news, they said there was a study that found if you drank more wine, you had a lesser chance of getting pregnant. And I beg to differ. Because if you're drunk, hello. Okay. So that's pretty. So the starfish will be quite light. I'm gonna wash out this brush. I'm not gonna use this big brush again. I'm gonna use the same paper towel, and I washed out this is a number 10 round pointy brush, as you can see, and it comes, when I wash it, I make sure after it's clean that I bring it to a point and it dries like that, and it helps keep the shape of your brush. So the starfish will be lighter, and I'm going to take a glob of the white, this out of the way, and a little bit of the burnt sienna that I had mixed there, and it's almost dry here on the flat surface. It's going to be pale. What do you think? I'm going to paint it, and then I can see what I traced underneath, but a bit enough to give me an idea where I'm going, to see where and if you're not sure, you can always look on your tracer what you printed out, right? It's like, oh, I can't remember, is there a line going this way or whatever? I remember, obviously, because I made it. I created it. I'm going to do a little darker color. I think I'm going to take I want kind of a purplish purple color, to make the shadow. Give it a little dimension. Now, where is I had a pink. Oh, I've used this in the past in turquoise, and this is I can't even pronounce that. It's a magenta pink. And I know these two colors make purple. So I'm just taking a tiny bit of that pink and a tiny bit of the turquoise already mixed. And because the magenta is a stronger color, a darker color, I'm just taking a little tiny bit and I'm mixing it up. And it makes a grayish kind of purple. You can see. And that's what I'm going to use to create some shadow. So the thing about shadow, you have to imagine, where is the sun coming from? If the sun is coming this way, well, the shadow is going to be on the opposite side. So if it's coming here, okay, let me think where the sun could be. I'm going to imagine the sun is coming this way. So there would be some shadow here, and a bit here, some there, on this side, not maybe a touch there because it's going there. And I'm going to blend it and just pass very lightly, just passing where it meets the beige color. Because the tip is pretty dry because I've already applied the paint to the starfish. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. And I'll probably be adding some darker color in the sand to give it just to give it a bit of dimension. That's a bit of dimension. So okay, so that's oh yes, I want to make this is good. Let me try this out. If I put some of this purplish color here, and it looks like it's like the wet. I'm touching a little bit of the water to make it blend because this is pretty dry, and this is just sort of to show where the wet sand is. Now I'm taking artistic license. You might not like this, and that's okay. You do you. If you don't like that, looks too weird, but I'm telling you, because this is going to be a bright painting. Mine is anyway. I want it to be a bright, happy painting. So I'm just going over as if it's like the wet sand. I'm dipping in the water because my turquoise is pretty dry now, because acrylic paint dries quite quickly. Okay, that's gonna do for now. We'll see where we go from there after. Okay, I might go a little crazy here. Okay, so the flip-flops, I'm going to wash that out. I'm going to show you what I shared online just for some inspiration if you didn't have any ideas. So there's all kinds of designs. You can look on the page and check it out. It can give you some ideas. I know some are quite intricate, don't get me wrong, but you can do polka dots and stripes and different color stripes, same colors, anything goes. So what I'm going to do the base of the flip-flop first, and the straps, the thongs, I'll do afterwards. So what I think I'll need I can start with that same number 10 round pointy brush I had to start. And what color do I want? I think I'm going to... It's good to have some colors repeated throughout your painting. So there's some beige pretty much all over. I have turquoise there. I have some purplish there, purplish on the shadow there. I think I'll do maybe a turquoise beige base. I don't need more paint. There's some right there. For this one here, this flip-flop there. So you just take your time. You take a pointy brush, and you just take your time going around the design. And it's a good idea if you're painting somewhat in the same direction, your brush strokes. I'm going to do it all turquoise, and then once it dries I can put, like, I think I'll put dots on this one, polka dots, and I'll make the straps a different color. Just try to get it kind of smooth, the color uniform. And so I'm going to do up here, and this one has like a flower on the thong. I'm going to go around the flower. I could just paint it and do the flower after, but I want the flower to be, the color to be quite clean. I want to make sure that it has good, good coverage. Okay, and then when I put paint on my brush, I pass it like this usually, and then I'll twirl it, and so it brings it to a point, and then it smooths out the paint. So around here, I could have a more smaller detail brush, but this is quite pointy, so I'm fine with that. It's good enough. Okay, so there's one base. I'm going to do the bases first, and then so as I'm going around, it gives that one the chance to dry, so I can add something onto it. Oh, I had a boo-boo here. I'm going to show you. I had some paint on my hand, on my glove, and it went on the canvas. So what I'm going to do, no biggie, I'm not freaking out. I could wait. There's quite a big chunk there, so I'm going to wipe it, rub it off as best I can. And now I'm going to dab the corner of the paper towel in my water. I have a clean corner. I don't know if you can hear that. I'm rubbing quite a bit. Turning it over. Rubbing it off. If you get it quite quickly, you can wash it off pretty well. So I'm wiping it like that. I got another one there. And then once I'm done, I'll put some more sand color there. So I wanted to show you also, I'm going to make sure I don't have any wet paint. This is all dry here. When you're painting, you don't have to paint it exactly like this. Now that I did this one, it's easier for me to turn it around. And now I'm going to do this one. And when I finish, I'll do that one, and turn it around. It's the same thing for any kind of painting you do. You don't have to have it upright the way you're going to hang it or display it. You can turn it around as you're painting to whatever angle you want. So it's easier for you to get at it. So I'm just dabbing the same brush, and I'm wiping down on the paper towel, quite clean. And this one, I think I want what would go nice, what would be pretty beside the. See, I'm thinking of my colors, so I think I want like maybe a darker, a lighter, a darker, a lighter, a darker. Try to mix it up a bit to add some contrast, not having like all darker colors here and lighter colors there. And the same thing with the designs. I might put polka dots on this one, polka dots on that one. I don't know. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a bright. Okay, all these are new, so I'm going to have to take off I forgot to. I'd left them in the trunk. And so I ran, before taping, I ran to go get them. And I forgot to open up my bottles. Sorry about that. Hope you guys are having a good day. Today is Thursday. Very often I'll do a live painting on Wednesdays, and then 1 week, and then sometimes I do a little short demonstration, something about 20-30 minutes. Another time in the week. And yesterday was a hot day, and I wasn't up to come in to paint, and so I thought I'll do it Thursday. And today it's freezing, so I said I was going to do orange. I'm going to do orange, put a little blob, and I don't put a lot at a time unless I know I'm doing a quite a, like there I put too much turquoise. The thing is, once it's out of the tube, you can't put it back in. And usually you have it mixed up with different colors, so it's not the best. So the orange one, I think I'll do stripes. So I'm just starting in the middle, and I'm going to take a glob and I'm going to twirl, load my brush, pass it through, twirl it, make it a point, reload. Like this one, I think I feel that I have to really reload often. Okay, I'm going to keep just random stripes, following what the design would be. Trying to have it spaced about the same. No, it's not, and that's okay. It's okay, that's all right. Make this stripe a bit bigger. Hey, and if I don't like it at all, I can always just paint it all orange, all uniform. Yeah, that's pretty cute, eh? Quite bright in the light, I can't really tell. If you're, I hope you're seeing it okay. Keep forgetting to reload. Okay, so another color I'm going to put with that. I'm going to take a different brush, just so I don't have to keep washing in between. I wanted to see if I had, maybe I can try this. It's a bit wide. I have a little square one I wanted to try. You don't need all these brushes. These are brushes that I've accumulated through time. Some are newer recently, some are from years ago. If you take care of your brushes, they'll last a long time. So I'm going to see, I'm passing, no, it's, well, I can see, the thing is, I want to see if I do a stripe just like this, but if it's too wide for my flip-flop, I can do it sideways like this. So I'm going to try it out. What color should I use? I wish you were live so you could help me choose the colors. I'm going to try the neon pink. That would be bright. Ooh. But flip-flops are made to be fun. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Try it. No, I don't like that. I don't like the brush. So you try it out, doesn't work, try something else. I got a little tiny detail pointy brush here. I'm going to try that. I'm wiping a little bit of the paint off and trying again. And even if it's kind of rough, I'll be doing the strap over, so that won't be too bad. But this is something that you can really get into a zen when you're doing detail stuff like this. You can really get into a zen frame of mind. And very often when you're painting, it's like, you know, when they say time flies when you're having fun. Well, when you're painting, very often that's how it is. It's like, oh my God, where did time go? So it's a perfect hobby to have if you're bored, like a lot of us are in. If we're in quarantine, or if shut down because of COVID. This is a great thing. And it can be a lifelong hobby. I've been creative all my life. As long as I can remember. I remember with my cousin Rita. Rita was very creative too. And we're the same age. Just born a few days between us. And we're both Libras. And oh my gosh, we used to play with clay and plasticine. We did those. I'm aging, like, hey, I'm 61. There was something that came out. It was called Dip It Flowers. I don't know if you guys did that. Did quite a bit of those. I did. That's with wire. You shape the petals with wire. And there's this toxic stuff. Oh my God. I'm sure it wouldn't be safe now, but anywho, we would dip the wire frame of the petal and the leaves in each color, and it would create like a film, like almost like a transparent plastic film, and it would dry. We made all kinds of flowers and bouquets with that stuff. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of the Dip It Flowers. Let me know in the comments if you have, if you've tried it out. Okay, so I'm almost finished this one. And I'm even if this one's the brush is pink, the paint is pink on the brush, I'm going around on the edges just to make it a little more uniform. You'll take the yarn. Oh, isn't that cute? I love that bright color. Cute. I think I'll do one strap. I'll do the strap now. One strap orange and oh, that was the pink. I'm gonna do one strap pink. Because it's a little brush, you can't put too much paint on it, right? And if you find that it's not the coverage is not too good, because I find with these neon paints, they're not giving me the same coverage as the regular color. Okay. I can do a second coat. And the same thing with if you have craft paints, that's all you have, use that, that's fine. But you might want to do like a second coat just to get the brightness. So I'm not even wetting it, I'm just wiping it on the paper towel to grab the orange, because the color is pretty similar. Doing the strap. And this part here, that's the inside of the strap, and it would be in shadow. So I think I'm gonna mix up. I'm gonna put a darker color there. And I most likely will be outlining everything with the Sharpie, just to make things pop. And it cleans up the edges too. Oh geez, almost put the orange on the pink. And that would have been okay. I could have just painted over when it's dried. And if you don't want to wait for it to dry, you can just take your blow dryer. Take your blow dryer and dry it. And to know if it's dry, usually if it's shiny, it's wet. If it's matte, it's dry. Okay, this one here, I'm not sure what color I want. Wasn't too crazy about that little brush there. I didn't find that it did the job. I'm going to wash the pointed round. I want a darker color because I have a dark here, very bright. Dark here, maybe the purple. I'll go with the purple. It's still neon, but just a little dab. And I'm going in the paint and I'm twirling my brush. And you can take a minute just to think what you want. I think I'm going to put the base. Yeah, these neon paints are they don't cover as good as the regular colors. Just a heads up. So this one has like a strap going over the foot. So I'll most likely be giving this a second coat because it's not giving me the coverage that I want. Although, hey, a lot of our flip-flops they get faded in the sun, don't they? Okay, this one's a little complicated because of the straps. So I'm going to do the easier parts, the bigger parts first. And then I'll go into the little spots there. So you could put some cool music on, have a little drink. Oh, that reminds me, I have my ice drink. I love ice soda waters, the flavors. So I need to keep hydrated, ladies. Today is Orange Mango Day. Goes with the tropical feel of the painting, I think. Cheers. Okay, I can't even screw the top on. I have to screw the top on because I'm clumsy and I've been known to spill my drinks. Not only alcohol drinks, even if it's just water. So I think this would be fun if you had a granddaughter, a niece, daughter, you wanted to do a little project together. They could even be used, like you can use paint or you could just use markers. If you have colored markers and they're not, they're not comfortable with brushes and paints, or you're not, you could definitely use markers. So I'm just going to leave that dry. It's kind of patchy, but I'm leaving that to dry. I'm going to wash my brush and try to decide. I think I'll use, what color? I think I'll use the lime green here and the yellow there. Not sure. What do you think? I got orange and pink there. I want the yellow. I'm going to put the yellow. Yellow. That is great. So I'm just flipping over my canvas so it's more convenient for me to paint. Of course, it's a little awkward because I have the canvas pointing towards the my camera there, my phone. I'm taping this on my phone. Yeah, I usually do lives. This is the first time I'm doing just a video, and I'll share the video. But Facebook, the problem, I figured it out. I asked, I'm part of a painting group on Facebook, and I asked if anybody else had problem with doing a live. The live option, live video option, just wasn't showing up. I didn't have the option. I couldn't. I had it on my tablet, but I didn't have it on my phone. So I'm just washing my brush again for my next color. Um, and the option wasn't there. So anyway, they said it was because my Facebook on my phone needed to update, and we don't. I did just what I didn't want to do. I don't want that neon green is too similar to the turquoise. I want a different color here. Maybe. Yeah, I plan on hanging it this way. I think I'll go for the orange. Why not? Should I do a stripe with a different color? I think I'm gonna do a base too, and I'll be doing polka dots and stripes and lines and all kinds of stuff. Just seems to be easier to do a plain base, and you can leave it just plain and just do a bunch of designs or stuff on the straps if you wanted to add some interest. That's fine. Whatever you want. I lost my train of thought. It happens to me often. Sorry about that. Usually it's different for me trying to explain what I'm doing and talk while I'm painting. Oh yeah, you can have some nice music. Oh, I got it. Okay. I found it again. It's because my Facebook needs to update. So anyway, in the group, they said you just have to wait until, because we don't choose when Facebook updates our app, right? And the woman that replied, she said that she had the same problem and it just updated and fixed the problem. Because on my tablet, I have the live video option, but the thing is, I have the live video option, but I can't handle my tablet, and I don't have anything to hold it to show like I do with my my phone here. So that's what I have so far. And now I'm gonna start. Maybe I can put a bit of detail on the starfish. What color will I use? I'm not sure. Maybe. The starfishes are pretty bland, but this is a bright painting. We can use any color we want. So, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I wet my brush because this purplish shadow color was all dried up. So I'm just putting dots randomly along the little line that I made across, but my paint covers the line quite a bit, so I'm just going to put dots here. Just to give a little interest, and maybe I'm wiping off my brush. I'm taking a tad. This yellow is very bright. I'm going to take a little bit of the yellow, a little bit of the white, make a very pale yellow. And I'm just going to put, no, it needs to be brighter. See, it's all relative. What looks bright on here can look dull there, and the opposite. So in between the dots I put of the shadow color, I'm putting this little touch of highlight, as if the sun is catching a rib there. a little some texture. Just doing it randomly. Okay, it's just to give it a, make it pop a little bit. Maybe I can put a little bit of yellow on the, I'm putting a little bit of yellow where the sun, I said the sun would hit, opposite of where the shadow color is. Now that looks a little bit better. Okay, so now we're going to start on what we could start. We can do a little bit on the water there. How about we do that? I'm going to take, this is a number 8 round pointy brush, and I'm going to take the white, and I'm going to twirl my brush in the white. Okay, bear with me because I'm just trying this out. Okay, I'm just kind of jiggling it and twirling. Keep reloading, twirling my brush. As if you're kind of shaky. You had the shakes. You had just along the edge here. And I'm going to be putting more, and you see, random. Don't do it all the same design because that doesn't look natural. I'm going to do some more on the edge too. And another line like that. Just lightly, just kind of moving, twirling my brush, even if it's not fully loaded. Just making an indication that there's might be some water there. Kind of dry brushing in a way, and going that way, not up and down. I think I'll put some more. And if you touch if the other color is wet, just wipe your brush on the dirty paper towel there, and reload with the fresh clean color. Oh, this is pretty dry. I'm doing the same thing on this edge. I'm twirling, just going around. And this is just to create the indication that this is, and my brush is pretty flat on, I'm not painting this way, I'm using the side of it. Just to give an indication that there's water there. This isn't a detailed beach scene here. A little more there, because it was too much of a uniform line. I was, like I told you, it's not good if it's all uniform and the same. So you add a little bit of different things here and there, just to add interest. I think that's pretty good. And now we can start on the straps. The straps and the other. So I started with the turquoise. So because that's already dry, I'm going to decide, I think I want white polka dots since my brush is white. Oh, I'm going to show you a technique. Now I showed it in previous paintings. Instead of using the brush part, use the wooden tip and of your brush, and choose a brush that's not too big. And you, in your glob of paint, you just go down and go up, and you have a nice thing to dab dots. See, you can do like 3 good ones and reload. Just pop it in there. And I'm doing random dots. You can go a little over if you ran out of paint. find 3 dots is the best, because then after that you start to run out of paint, and then after it's not making it as nice. The dots is nice. Don't forget where the toes go. Boom, boom, boom. Works better if you do the special effect. Boom, boom, boom. I'm using even the side because it's rounded, right? Look at it a bit. See if there's a spot missing. Oh, isn't that cute? Oh, I love it. Okay, I'm going to do the petals of the sandal white. I'm just going to wipe off the edge of the tip of my brush, the wooden part, just so I don't get all dirty. So I'm reloading my brush. You're not going to see much of a difference because the canvas is white right now, but it just gives it a better finish. I could leave it white if I wanted to and just outline it. Do I want the straps white? I think I do. Do some white on the straps. I'm going to put, I hope I don't forget, I want to put shadow on the bottom part of the straps. If I forget, I can do it later. Because it's like twisting, right? It'll give the effect that it's twisting. Because it starts out like that and then it goes round. So it gives it more, it gives it more depth. And the middle, should I do it turquoise? I don't know. What do you think? Should I do the middle turquoise or maybe yellow? I'm not sure. Oh, maybe the gold. I'm going to wipe my brush. And it's just a tiny bit. So I'm not even going to put some here. I'm just going to take it right out of the tube. And put the middle of this around with the gold. Ooh, pretty. And maybe I'm doing gold dots just with my brush. I shouldn't be doing this too because I'm going to dirty the gold in the tube. I'm just doing it. I just did it to there because this part is going to be in shadow, so I don't want the dot. The dots would be on the other side. So that's that. Wash my brush. I'm going to make a little bit of, I think I'm going to use the same purplish shadow color that I did using the turquoise and a touch of that magenta. I should add some white. That's how dark it is without the white. I'm going to add a gob of white to make it paler because it's a shadow for white. And if you don't remember the design, yeah, it's a little shadow. You can look on the tracer. So this is what I mean. See, this is the shadow part, and then the strap goes over the foot. And then you're going to use that same color to define the petals of the flower. And I'm just going on the side, the edge of just one way. I'm not, see, I'm just going this edge, that edge, this edge. I'm not doing both. I'm just doing on one of them and a little bit around the gold. Oh, I think that looks cute. Okay, so now on to the neon pink and orange. I think I'm going to add some black because I'll be outlining this with a Sharpie, I'm sure, just to really make it pop and be fun. Oh, this is a new one too. I really went all out, didn't I? Don't tell my husband. Oh my goodness. Okay, come on. It's hard to open it with your gloves. I wonder how I'm doing for time. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit on the plate. Tiny bit. I'm going to use some black dots. So I'm going to do the same effect I did with the white dots. I'm just going to squish it out a bit. That glob is a little hard. I'm going down. Dot, dot, dot. Dot, dot, dot. And I'm just doing the top part because underneath you wouldn't see the design. So don't forget. That's cute. And I think with the outline black is going to be, will be enough. And on this one, I think I want the straps to be black. And I'm going to add some bling as if they're like stones or whatever. So with the brush, I'm just going to do the straps. Nice black. Reloading as I go. And I can, because I had mentioned that I wanted to give it a second coat for the purple. Not only the purple, the neon colors don't have as good a coverage. So I can put a second coat. That definitely will help. Oh, I wish I was on a beach at a resort with my best friends and family. Oh, it would be so much fun. We weren't able to take our winter vacation like a lot of people. Some people got lucky. They were able to go just before everything shut down, but we were not that lucky. Everything shut down one week before we were supposed to leave. 1 or 2 weeks. That's okay. It's better to say stay safe. So I'm just going with the flow, deciding as I go what I want to do. I'm going to put a couple of gems here. Outline it since I have the black. Twirling to a point. I think I'm gonna do the second coat for the purple. This is a clean brush before it dries up too much. Yeah, that gives better coverage. The brush is a little too small. Thing is, with small brushes, you have to do more strokes and reload your brush more often. So that makes the purple more vivid. That one's better. And like I said, some of our flip-flops are when you're at a resort, you bring your best ones, your prettiest and your best, and for me it's the most comfortable. I am very practical, and I rather have something comfortable. Oh, see, I touched the black and it dirtied the purple. I'm going to go over it thicker. That looks okay. And on the other one, what are we going to do for the other one? Maybe some horizontal stripes. What color should I use? Okay, I want to look at it. There. It's kind of starting to shape up, don't you think? Horizontal lines. Maybe I can use a turquoise. That's what I'm going to do. Tie everything in together. Have that same little brush. And reloading. I could have done, I'll do squiggly ones on the next one. Yeah, I really miss our trips down south. We were supposed to go to Florida. I was all excited. Oh well, and it'll be a while before I go back to the States. Okay, so you make sure you continue. If you did a line there, don't like try to imagine where it would have continued. I'm trying to do the lines evenly spaced, but it doesn't have to be perfect. It's a fun painting. Oh, I think I like that. That's cute. That's cute. So the straps, I think I'll make them turquoise. This kind of painting, you could, my gosh, you could, well, I have been painting for hours, but like there's no end. How much time you can spend and just, putting in details, putting your special, and oh, something would be cute if you actually had favorite pair of flip-flops, you and your friends, and you did a painting with your looking like with the same design as you have on your real flip-flops. That would be cool. I'm going to be adding the shadow to the strap. Shadow color. So this time I'm going to take a little bit of that magenta because I'm using the turquoise that does good. And I'm just going to put it on the wet paint and I'll kind of blend it. Yeah, it just makes a little, kind of screwed that up a bit on the strap, but it's not the end of the world. It just adds a little more depth. I don't know if you can see. Makes it more like a real flip-flop strap. I think that one I'm gonna leave plain. I'm gonna leave it like that. like to repeat the colors here and there because I use the turquoise in the water, turquoise in that thong, and then this one. I have some orange here, some orange there, pink, purple. Maybe I could put some purple in this one. And I'm going to do squiggly purple lines. I'm washing this brush works pretty well. I'm passing it in the purple. And do I want uniforms squiggly? I'm just going to do, oh, maybe like a flower. And this isn't the best because the paint's not too, see? I'm going to show you on the palette so you can see how I did it. So I have a little pointy round brush. Dip it in the paint. And what I did is I push down on the brush and lift up. So that makes one petal. Point down where you want the end of the petal to go. Push down, lift up. Push down, lift up. Of course, there should be a reloading, but it's just to give you an idea of how. And like I said, it's not fancy. It's just to give an indication that there's little flowers in the design. And you could even do, another way is just do like dots. Well, of course, that didn't, that didn't work too well. Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm using the other end of the brush. I'm dabbing, I'll do it in the green. You could go 1, 2, go in a circle, and then wipe it off, and then put one in the middle. And that makes a little flower design. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that with the purple. I'm gonna do dots. Can I? That one's not the best, but let's try here. And try to get like 5 dots. Uneven numbers are the best. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And then I'll put a different color in the middle. The daub isn't deep enough. Use the side of the round brush too. We'll see. It's not perfect. That's okay. Still going to be cute. And what's fun with these paintings is I could be telling you, okay, this one has to be orange, that one has to be yellow, whatever. And we all do what's supposed to be the same painting, but they all turn out different. Check out our previous paint parties and you'll see what I mean. We all have our little touches. Some people will put more in one color than another. And it's virtually impossible to have the exact, I'm telling, like exact painting. I'm just here, I just want to guide you and so you can have some fun, explore your creativity. Okay, that one is sad. That's a wonky. This is not working out there. I need a bigger gob of paint to dip in. Let's try this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yeah, that worked. Make sure you have like a pile so you can dip in it. And you wouldn't all see just the whole design. You can put just like a couple of dots near the strap. The strap will be hiding the rest of the design. Same thing on the edge. Okay, I think that's okay. And now I'm going to put another color in the middle and wiping it on the paper towel. I don't know if yellow would show up enough. Yep, putting a big gob of yellow. It's thicker, it'll take more time to dry, but that's okay. It's like a finishing touch. Not bad at all. Okay, I'm noticing on this strap, you should be seeing the sand underneath and you don't. So I'm going to take up, see, you notice the paint is dried. I could put a bit water, but it would thin it out too much. So I'm just going to add it like that. This one you see. And here it's not perfectly painted. There's a little bit of the edge, but that's okay. Here you see it, there you don't. Okay. Okay, I think it's going well. For the straps, that one, I think I'm going to put purple straps since I took out a bunch of purple. Oh, you could do with the dots, you could do like a leopard print. Google what leopard spots look like, and I'll give you an idea how to put down the dots for it to look like a leopard design. And again, this neon purple paint is not too thick. It doesn't have the best coverage. Yeah, I have to go over it. And just piling on more just makes it streaky, so I'm going to let it go. Oh, and I want to do the gems. Oh, we're almost done. Look at that. Isn't that cute? I don't know if the colors are showing up good. Okay, I'm going to put some bit of shadow on the straps, the straps that I didn't, like on this one here. Should I just like take a darker pink? That's a little too dark. See, I tried it out and I wiped my brush and I'm going to pass my brush over it and just wipe off the excess. And I'm going to take a little bit of the white and I put a bit of I need to twist it around so I can see properly. That's not too bad. I'm going to take the orange. This side is orangey with a little touch of that same color. This picks up a darker color. You couldn't even easily put just a little tiny dab of black in whatever color you want to use. Yeah, I think when it's outlined, it'll be okay. Okay, and for the purple, that's what I'll do. I'm going to take the purple strap. I'm going to take a little tiny bit of black. Like, take your purple first and just barely touch the black, because it's like it takes over so quickly. And if your paint's still wet, the black will blend in with it or not. And like I said, we're gonna be I will anyway be using the Sharpie marker. I'm just gonna fix up the side here, and I covered up where the sand was supposed to be. I'm gonna take a little more of that sand color. And I just pass once, just to, so when we outline it with black, it's gonna make it pop. There's the gems I didn't do on the purple one. Okay, I'm gonna use the gold again, right out of the tube. I love this gold. It's hard to find a nice gold, and this is made by Liquitex Bake 6. It's not the professional grade paint, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm gonna just take a gob so I can put it on the palette. And I think I'm going to, what am I going to, I think I'm going to leave it plain. Should I leave it plain? No, I'm going to put dots. Crazy about dots. Let's see. Of course, I didn't take out too much paint, so it'll look like it's like studs or something. Maybe even on the brush. No. Let's take a little bit of gold. A little gold. There we go. I hate wasting. And that's something you'll learn as you go. How much do you really need? Because if you're like me, you're going to hate throwing it in the garbage. And what I do, I wipe off the excess with a paper towel first. And I wipe off as much as I can. And it's only then do I wash my palette in the sink. Same thing, I'm not putting the design on because that's the back side of the, I think that looks pretty darn cute. I do say so myself. Sorry for the bad, bad accent. Go down south and I listen to someone with an accent and I can't help myself. All of a sudden I find, well, I would like some pecan pie, if you please. I know it's a terrible accent, but I can't help myself. I love accents. Okay, so that's gone. That's a goner. So I think it would be time to do some outlining with the marker. Is it dry enough? That's another thing. You want the paint to be dry, because you go over, it's going to smear your paint. Putting my brushes in the water, and I think I had in the end I'm not using the, I could use some glitter. Just seems wrong if I don't use glitter. Let's see, I never used this one yet. It's still, I have to use a scissor to open it up. looks pretty. Pretty, pretty. Let's see. Let's bling this up a bit. Oh, I thought it was a thought it was a flip top. I'm gonna put a little bit on the. Whoa, that's really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna take a dry brush because the other ones are wet with water and I don't want to dilute it too much. So I'm gonna load some bling on here and we'll see. Oh, it looks so pretty. Okay, this, ladies, you gotta get some of this. And the thing is, the paint is clear. It's so it any color that it'll go on over any color. There's some glitter paint, and get glitter paint or glue. Don't get the dry glitter because that stuff goes everywhere. But if you get this one, oh, where's the bottle? It says Folk Art Glitterific, and it's acrylic paint full of glitter. Take a look at that one. I hope the light catches the glitter because it looks so pretty. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm hooked. After one one strap, I'm hooked. I gotta put more. I gotta. Because going down south, being at the beach with your, oop, that's too much of a big gob. You kind of gob it on. Is the time to glitz it up a bit. Don't you agree? Oh, see, it's glitter, but it's not like tacky glitter. It looks like fancy glitter. I'm gonna put some over the gold. That's just gonna make it even. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, okay, you guys, you can do it after. Once you get this done, you get yourself some of this stuff because oh. Okay, I'm too excited and I'm going over wet paint and that's not a good idea. I'll have to pass over again on the black strap because it's not. I'm putting glitter on all of them. I'm sorry. I'm going to clean my brush because I got some of that black. Is it dry? Yeah, it's dry enough. I know someone suggested this and I thought, oh, okay. You want it to look nice but not tacky. But this is the nice stuff. Oh, yeah, and it gives it, okay, I have to put it on everyone because I just love it. Oh my goodness. It just gives it some pop. And I hope, I'm going to bring it to the camera close. I just want to gob it all on. I hope the camera picks it up. We're almost done here. Oh, yeah, and there's the outline with I might not even outline with the black now. I don't know what to do. Because that's one thing you can't. You do it, you gotta commit. Putting it even on the flowers. Oh, ladies. Can you see? Can you see the glitter? I hope you can. I'll be taking some pics for sure. Okay. I am hooked. Can I put some now? Yep. It dries quick. Oh, that's so pretty. Now I'm in a quandary because I don't know, should I outline? I find heck, I'm putting some on I'm going rogue, ladies. Going rogue. Putting some on the starfish. If you see me in person and I'm all glitzed up, you'll know what happened. You'll blame the glitter paint. so pretty. Ah. Okay, I had a lot of, I'm glad I decided to do this because, oh my goodness. Did I put some on the water? Oh, I'm going crazy. Just here and there, right? Just for accent. You really wanted me to do it. If we were live, you would tell me, come on, Colleen, put some in the water. The water is sparkling. It's glittering. It's catching the sun. Here and there, random on the edges. Okay, who wouldn't want to have that as a painting? Woohoo! I'm still, I don't know what to do, if I should outline it. I gotta step away. Sometimes you have to step away to decide. I really think with the glitter, I think it might be enough. If I just did some shadow, I just want the sandals to pop. If the sun is coming this way, if I put some shadow, I really like this brush. I'm gonna wash it out. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a different brush because that one is too full of glitter right now. I'll have to wash it out properly. If I put some shadow, sorry, I'm talking to myself here. Same shadow color, turquoise and magenta, and gobs of white. You're probably saying, no, don't do it. Maybe I'll go in the brown. Yeah, add a little bit of brown. This is not, this is more expensive, but whatever. I'm worth it, you're worth it. We're going for it. Okay. Putting it in the brown, making it a brown. Try it out, Colleen, try it out. I'm just going around I think that might do. Okay, so if the sun's coming this way, the shadow would just be on the edge there. And the shadow would be not too big because sandal flip-flops aren't too thick. Oh, think we have a winner, ladies. Think we have a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Making the shadow color, I had the purplish gray and I added the brown. So then it makes sense that it's the shadow color of the sand. So the sun is coming this way. So the sun is hitting here. So the shadow would be there. Not too much here because it's hitting. Because it's hitting here, it'll be a bit on the toe. Around the toe. Have to load up. Yep, I think this is so the sun, I have to remind myself where the sun is. Should reload. Make a little bit more of that purplish gray, and then I'm adding the brown. So it makes sense. That is the sand. That it's a weird color, but it works. That's a little darker. I'm going to put some more white. That's how you do it. You just test it out. Like it, I said, this is your painting. You do what you want. that you're comfortable doing. I just want to show you how to have fun and be creative. Being creative, I find, is a lifesaver. It helps you to relax. It gets your you're exercising different parts of your brain, that we don't usually use. It's a stress reliever if you have anxiety. Okay, we got to do the same for and the the paint on the tip of my brush is kind of, it's like almost like it's almost like dry brushing, and that's okay. That's okay. That's all right. Sorry, I can't sing, but it doesn't stop me. Okay, I think we're gonna say this one's finished, and I thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. Feel free to share. That I appreciate it. The more you share, the more you comment or whatever, that helps with Facebook will share my stuff to more people. So I really appreciate it. I hope you had fun, and I hope you try this out. And I highly suggest getting the bling, because it's so cool. I'm gonna be taking some pictures. Okay, guys. I hope you had fun, and this is Colleen from Create with Colleen signing off, and have a great night. Bye.